We run a select shop called Prop Store in Harajuku, Tokyo. I'm Fuji.
And I'm Doi.
Our shop carries imported items we've purchased overseas, as well as a selection of domestic and international brands. We also handle accessories and miscellaneous goods as well.
The name of our store, Props, comes from the idea of providing items that are well received, and that when customers wear them, they get compliments like, "Cool, that's also a prop," and we'd like that cycle to continue. And of course, since props are also used in movies, and we carry a lot of accessories, so that's where that meaning comes from.
The reason we started this store is that we were originally classmates in junior high school. I think we were in the same class for the first time in the third year, and we always hung out. This is a little embarrassing, but you know, when you're in high school, people often ask you, "What are you going to do in the future?" I think I went to Doi's house for a sleepover, and in the middle of the night we were like, "Don't you want to start a vintage clothing store?" Or was it a clothing
store?
I can't quite remember. Well, it was more like, "Let's start a clothing store." Something like that. We were walking down Killer Street, and there was a real estate agency with a listing for this property. Since rent in Harajuku is extremely high, we looked for a place that fit our budget, including the deposit. So even though it's a bit outside of Harajuku, we decided that this would be a good place. Harajuku itself is a city that attracts fashion attention from all over the world. So we thought that doing business here was the best option for us here. Our image is based on a US military tent, a base of operations, yeah. For example, there are windows, but we covered them with actual US military tent fabric. And here, where we have the fitting room, the curtain is also made from a remade tent. It was not long enough, only covering to about the lower half of your body.
It was below the knee? Yeah, just about.
So we added some length to it. In terms of accessories, we like items that are fun to look at, those that make your heart flutter, and those that have a bit of width.
Yeah, things that make you feel like you've been to America and all.
About the clothes, even though we say they're from domestic and international brands, we mainly carry brands that we have a direct connection with. Some people who came to our shop were starting their own brands and would say something like, "Actually, I have my own brand," or "That's awesome. We should carry it in our store."
We have a solid foundation in workwear and military clothing, and we enhance our offerings by incorporating cultural elements into our designs.
Yeah, it's like adding flavor to the elements.
So it's basic, but we add our own flavor to it. Not too formal, but with a relaxed feel.
First of all, at the entrance, we primarily feature shoes, socks, bandanas, and other accessories to offer our customers a variety of stylish options. This is a deck by an artist named M9, which we are using for display. We mainly carry shoes that aren't sold in Japan, such as these Adidas volleyball shoes, to provide our customers with unique and exclusive footwear options. They're using a rubber gum sole and they're fairly lightweight. I think they're only available in Europe, so they're pretty rare. These are our original belts. And the silver part here is a reflector, so it reflects light. You can't see it when you're wearing pants and a shirt, but it makes you feel good. And around here, we have various miscellaneous goods, specifically American-made items. These are from a Japanese sock brand called My Loads Are Light, and we produce these as special custom orders exclusively for their collection. They were inspired by the uniforms of a certain local baseball team. During our buying trips, we often purchase a variety of everyday items, including underwear, innerwear, and t-shirts, among other essentials. Okay, next up, this is an Austrian military backpack. It closely resembles the American Alice Pack, but features slight differences in detail, such as the parts being a bit more subdued. This is from a manufacturer of outdoor goods called Kilimanjaro, and it's exactly the same design that I used to wear in high school. This is a brand founded by a customer who regularly visits our shop. They create a variety of intriguing embroidery designs, and the artwork prominently showcases the designer's unique personality. On this site, we feature items from a brand called Modesty Industry. This brand was founded by a junior colleague who previously worked at the same store as us in our former jobs. Since launching the brand, we've consistently carried this pair of pants as a staple in our collection. These pants are a custom-made piece based on the Dickies H74 model. I take extremely large 40-inch waist pants, remove the waist, add tucks, and resize them to the desired fit. However, the hip area remains from the original 40-inch waist, which makes the pants exceptionally large. Additionally, the hem is tapered, creating a really interesting and unique silhouette when you wear them. This is from a military manufacturer called Proper, a regular cotton ripstop cargo pant. We have always stocked it as a standard because we like it. The material is lightweight. As you wear them, they fade and develop a really nice look, so I think it's good to have several pairs of these. This is a piece of artwork created by our artist friend, known as Fieldworks. We asked him to draw this piece, and here it is.
And this is a custom ordered bag from Bagaboo Bagas, a messenger bag company. The lining is a unique color, and it has our shop label here and the name tag in this position, which are our shop's unique specifications. It comes in 4 colors. Next, this is from a brand called Voyage Utopia, which operates out of New York. While it primarily has a pop aesthetic, it also incorporates some edgy and bold elements. And this, as we were talking about, it's originally a triangle square triangle shape. They cut it, connect it, and sew it together. This is an American military smock, but the key feature is its open collar, which makes it not resemble a traditional military garment at all. These are from a relatively new American workwear brand called Cornerstone. The sizing is great and they have many colors, similar to the Carhartt pocket tee but completely blank. So we highly recommend these. Additionally, this is a collaborative piece between On Plain Air, a New York-based brand, and Blue Giant, a manga series that has been adapted into a movie. And this is a nylon shorts from Grammachi, the brand that first made climbing pants. We have been focusing on these recently, so they are available in 3 colors. And this is the long version. The material is different, but there are loops to hang climbing gear. This cap has an interesting story. We noticed a customer wearing a really well-shaped hat and decided to strike up a conversation. As it turned out, he actually makes them himself. That's how our collaboration began. And now, every single one of our custom designed hats is sewn by him. This particular one is a standalone product from his brand, 80 MFG. This is what's called a jet cap or camp cap. The patch can be detached and reattached wherever you like, giving it a customizable touch. And this curtain, the fabric is the same as the curtain from the fitting room earlier. It's a US military tent material. There used to be a line called Vans Syndicate, which is no longer available. That line was heavily influenced by military themes and made things like a military operation tent and displayed the items on ammo boxes, which looked cool. That's why, since we like military items as well, we wanted to include this in our store. This area was originally a window. Since the sun can cause fading, we wanted to cover it up. The cheapest way to do that was to put this fabric up, to give the feeling of being inside a military tent. That's why we went with this option, you know.
Looking ahead, the exchange rates and other factors have made it harder to travel overseas as much as we used to. But because of that, we've been focusing more on creating original items while staying in Japan. We want to continue putting effort into that. And when the opportunity arises, we'd love to travel abroad again to discover unique and interesting things.
We're not sure if it was because we were traveling to America too often or just too busy, but there was a time when we couldn't really take time to enjoy ourselves. Now though, we've been able to do things like go fishing, take bike rides, or even go mountain climbing. Those kinds of activities bring a lot of inspiration, so we'd like to channel that into our work. Whether it's through collaborations or generating fresh ideas, those experiences really help shape what we do. Something along those lines, I'd say.
We always strive to make the shop a place where everyone, regardless of gender, feels welcome to visit.